Kamala, my biological name is Vuyo. My surname is Myoli. So I also use that as a stage name, Vuyo Myoli. You see, and my trademark in the industry, people who know me as a performer, bandas, and they would sure. I started music, like abanye abantu badla ngokutsho, when I was very young. I don't know, it seems like to me sometimes batsho nje okanye bayagqathisela. Some are saying 7 years, abanye bathi 9 years. But now all I can say is that I started music when I was still very young, because my mother used to run a shebeen, and there were a lot of people, man, Putabatala from Opusisabadala. I mean, the older generation, vibe, Gugulethu used to jam there, you know what I mean? And yeah, and it was those times of Istokfela, Ismogola, Badabadala would sit down and talk about positive stuff, you know. Same situation as Sophia Town, kind of. Yeah, boy, not the situation that is Smogolo in the Yobak and yeah, well, yeah, it was a situation of like when we over drinks, it's a Smogolo and we're talking about something constructive, something as Osaka, you understand? So, during those times, I used to mingle around them. There was popular song by then. You see your Bob Marley and the Wailers, your Donna Summers, your Marvin Gaye. So I used to perform for them. You understand? Everyone on that Tula. I guess my love for performance started from there, because performance is my life. Yeah, when it started there, and then in the later stages, for sure, it's school and Tula from primary, then from boys choir to senior choirs. At times I would be given this solo to the senior choirs, you understand? This told you was school, and so I was being forced to miss Yami in there. But tell me because she was saying something good about whom, you understand? Yeah, I must mention the name, Miss Taibosh. So I studied Elwazi. I was singing there, I was active, deep business, with drama. So in Chinga, I studied in Chinga higher primary, because it's called during then the lower primary, higher primary, and then senior secondary or high school. So I studied the higher primary in Chinga. Yeah, well, and then I sang in Chinga with boys choir and I was senior choir, and then I got this call in Masiyele about kuba bebelieve ukuthi no kuqhubekeka nalento mculo good kuyo nansi eMasile iyaculisa. Then I went to Masile, and then obviously bengumjika in high school. I think born ezinye izinto okanye ukuphapha ke kwe-stage, and then I didn't end up doing music. Bensenza ezinye izinto, ibhola and other stuff. You understand? Well, yeah, we started, as I was saying, we started a group called Collaboration Crew, whereby we could teaching at Tula Pesco Pizza Band to most usually Tatala during Tashali Cassette. Abantu beshi artists, most especially as a Kula era R&B, you understand? Because instrumental at the end, maybe long, maybe hit is about instrumental at the end of Lona album or cassette. So we're using as a tracks, as a fake tracks, and then singing. Until someone introduced was introduced who cross Pinozoro, which is a new artist of Gugulethu nabo. Ingekabikho iTambo village. You understand? As in and then best understand. So we went to those guys, Bonga no Tilinja, we asked for the beats, so I told them about 20, and then they gave us those beats, because that time, even now, I think maybe 7 no Ketora or something, so they were getting those beats there. If you saying I'm a cassette, even those beats was guy. Life your computer was not the beats, no, that thing, I think, it's at Alunga, no can you be in Gabiko by that time. So we did that, but until to such an extent that, but I know, man, you know what, upper industry music, I went on an air. kuthetha terminology apha, so ukwazi uyitokola le nto zoziveze. Then by the time I was doing journalism under a link newspaper, so we're curious as journalists. Journalism, we was very curious, watch news, read newspapers. So by the time I was reading this newspaper, I've been the newspaper, but there's this course in a temporary music, contemporary music, you understand, of which I was skeptical about going to do. I mean, jazz, strictly jazz, or classical, or strictly African. I wanted to do something that is off now, which is contemporary music. Something music was written, pop, whatever it is, something that we can relate. You can, in the later stages, you can fuse that with your African or your jazz, you understand? So, yeah, luckily, it's School of Sense alone. The service is for the auditions. They were closing for auditions in the next day, and there were the auditions like 6,000 kids from the Western Cape, and they were only looking for 600 kids. But for the startup, they were looking for 60 students because sponsors were still limited for the first year. It was a 2-year course at the prompt. So yeah, so I went there for audition next day. Yo, right? So abantu bepasethi bayatshayina with images and stuff. Hey. So by the time I get in, hey, and I audition, but I was happy after audition, hey, and it's the last day. So yeah, apparently man no tatio, and then you need to start on Monday, guys, under this and that and that and that, and then but check okay by level here's an instrument, and then I remember that's how autumn leaves, but with the basic chords, with the triad chords, is that a bit? Only that, just to show them what I'm the interested in the instrument. But the strong point, some first instrument was vocals. So Babu, and then all of them, your Frank Pacos, your Camilo, Sylvester Williams were there in the panel of judges because they were lecturing there, you understand? So yeah, we did that. While I was a prompt, was also, I forgot to mention that earlier, church played a major role into my music. So I was a member of Godset Choir, which they got a record deal, their first record deal in year 2000 under Okalo. So that also kept me traveling around at least, and then the choir was big with a lot of beautiful, talented people, you understand that? So that kept me humble, you understand, in terms of being affected, the environment, just location and stuff like that. And also at school, while I was at prompt, I remember that my friend that we first wrote more popular song amongst the people that were with at that time, Uruti. Yeah, Ruti Kube is from Kailicha. So we were so dedicated at school. Yeah, we will even maybe sit after school writing songs because at prompt every Friday it was a day for recitals. Ensemble was showcasing ensembles. If there's a theme for the week that we must write songs for Mandela, or this week we write songs for this, we're gonna present those songs fully with the band on Friday. So that also helped me to adapt quickly in songwriting. Hence, also songwriting is my strong point. Yeah, songwriting and performance is my strong point. Obviously vocals, because when you write songs, you demonstrate songs, you need to sing them at times, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what kept me going. Even for lunch, we were watching lecturer cars, lecturers, so we were not worried. We trained. Bear in mind, we need to go and look for umsebenzi because we're just playing. There's no such a thing. We go find your own music. Hey, speaking lunch, so the something motors a t-shirt, and then so singing our so no be say be trained. Bear in mind, so because the lovers nazaka, so Thomas your phone, Thomas your panel, not with a sunu panel. You understand? By born art as in career, as a career, as in career. So yeah, we did that. We did that. We end up being best students in terms of songwriting and other stuff because we were fully committed. You understand the schooling, and then we had fun prompt because there were many sponsors. The Standard Bank Trade of Jazz, as I say, all your popular names, your Yuma Sekela, your Chimidu, your Judith Sepoma, you know. Then on Fridays, basibukele nabo when we recite, yabona on the showcase day, and then at the end of those performances, there's German nabo on stage. So that made us feel ukuthi we're ready on the industry. As babe behlala besishumayeza from, but I saw scholar is the training that prepares you for the industry. You understand? And so yeah, that's how we started to push it. And then we got gigs. Mas Pukisha Banya lecturer, come and open up, you know, your likes of Camilo Lombard, your Chimit Lulu. Come, and then you set a student, you're Patala, and then sure. And then it started like that, and then it's a push, and run. But meanwhile I was at prom, when I was about to finish, there was a guy called Quentin. Yeah, one of Quentin Reuters who was married to Alan Higginbottom from the United States. Alan was a dancer. Quentin is a keyboard player. We sing together. We told a group called Ambition. Yeah, well, so Quentin got married to Alan, and then they formed a group called Africa Jam. It's a music ministry. Yeah, we band. Yeah, well, so we travel a lot. Your colleges, your high schools around Western Cape. Your I mean, you name those, you know, your conferences, this performer goes until we got to do the same estates. So we went to 2001 estate, Satorisha with the same thing, running workshops, performing in assemblies in schools, you know what I mean? And then again in 2002, Society. So I had fun even at Blow Africa Jam. So performer, but now so Kobanyabana in Africa Jam is still existing, but we are the first band. And we motivated Abanye. So Abanye Bakulu Ngoku, they doing their own things. They're still part of Africa Jam. Africa Jam is big now. They're always hosting camps during January with visitors from the States. So yeah, and then after that, immediately after Africa Jam, and they got an opportunity to be part of a theater group, which we did a show called Diamonds and Dust. That show got an opportunity to tour like your nobody's business, and then the show was later improved as Under African Skies by promoters of Europe. So we had fun, and then I traveled the world through the Under African Skies. We traveled your Europe, your Caribbean, your Thailand, you know, Sibiza the ambassadors, your Turkey, your Zimbabwe, you name your Bahrain. So I had fun. So the experience that I'm having now is through those tours and those working with different people that are from different provinces, people that you never grew up with, but you end up making friends with them, end up bringing something positive, sharing all over the world. And when we are in these countries, your international countries, they're not saying we represent Cape Town or Gugulethu or South Africa. We're representing Africa. So if they see someone, we pop up banner or Andros in Bukane or Pichileyo, they say it's your brother, they're fellow African. So so it's like that in Europe. They don't differ us, you understand? So we represent Africa. So whatever we're doing there, we'll make sure that it's according to the international standard. So that what helps us was Bukisho in our needs. Out of all the traveling, I've learned a lot, and because when you're doing theater production, you're not doing your thing, you're doing someone else's thing. You understand? So I decided, with no, I'm a songwriter, man, I can't live this life forever. You understand? And also, always minyak and experience. These companies don't want to pay. Once you have experience and you stay many years, they want to take new students and they want to rip the young ones because we have experience, we have demands, we're growing. You see now I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a mentor, You understand? I'm a band member. You see, I'm almost everything. I'm a public figure as well. You understand? And obviously, whatever I'm earning has to acknowledge that as well. You understand? So yeah, I decided to open up my studio, man, because my first album that I dropped in 2007, I spent a lot of money out of my own pocket. Because you must remember, when you're learning these things and you're learning music business, about wealth, and then by teach you know to be independent is the best way. Forgetting lenda by your band, but a core is when you're independent. It's the most difficult way. It's the best way in the end, but it's the most difficult way to be independent. So I went that route, you understand? And the more you go that route, the more you become wiser. And the more you become wiser, the more people don't want to work with you because you're full of information, and then you're going to disturb them in their plan. That's what I thought of, you understand? So it kept me struggling by doing my first album because I have to hire people. Maybe get a drummer to come this side from Joburg and record, get someone, maybe others will come and say, no man, I say take it on the album, you give me my money, I can record now for you, you understand? Because everything was imagine, you understand from Kweli Sabando accommodation, to rent the studio, But I decided, no man, there's a lot of money in the studio, manivuli studio, you understand? That's how this studio, Sakala you understand? Late 2007, after I just dropped my album, you understand? And then I released the studio, and then the company that hosted this studio, was Spread Art, which is now is Spreading Art, because then it was Sicily, now is it's a small enterprise now, and it's called Spreading Art, you understand? So we sit up at Spread Art, abanye abaninzi bakhula apha, you understand? You Osifiso, Osipe, and then your Pyrotex were here. There's quite a lot of people, your Cosmo, your SK, bakhula up studio, your wages, you understand? Baninzi nabamentorishwe up studio. Because that's what I've realized with I'm good in mentoring, you understand? Because they keep on coming to me and ask for information. And as information layer thing is why maybe because Nindao is releasing information, okay, you patalele for your schooling. But comes from the heart to me because the Kuliso Njalo Namding, you understand? Because after my parents got divorced, I have to grow up with my cousins. This is focus at the school, and then my aunt had to grow me up. So in the ayahs in there, your supporter to become what you want to be, you understand? So the could as Pumela easy, you understand? So that's what is happening. So I'm currently doing that, I'm producing music. I like live music. I don't like to sit in the studio, even though I have a studio. Hence, I was having all of these boys who are having studio now to come here and work their productions, because I like to be there. But my background is theater. If I produce something, it has to be live, it has to be performed. You know what I mean? That's my passion. My passion is there. You understand? So I specialize in that. Basically, we have to create the demand. That's my mission. That's what I always tell even the young ones. Let's showcase the music that whatever we're doing, let's showcase it, because nobody's gonna like it. It's a back. Okanye ikwezozitshulanyana kwezo room zethu. Hence kukho ingoma yami ethi emnyango, because it's only the door that will let you in. You understand that? And according to that song, the door is the audience. It's the audience that will like the song, whether it's a song, it's a hit song, or it's a miss song. But the audience will tell you, never mind about the colleagues or jealous people that you're working with. But if Umnyango likes your project or your product or your song, uzongena emnyango. You see, that's how it goes. So it's all about pushing, it's all about not give upping, because this industry is too seasonal, and you must make sure when you want to enter this industry, decide till. Because if we are selling in Bundu A1, so the industry, because it's too seasonal. It's too seasonal. You need to be vast and full in terms of your creativity. Be a hard worker. Because once you narrow your path, I'm only playing jazz, or I'm only doing this, or I only sing spaza. You narrowing your future. You understand? Because even that thing you said, I'm only doing it, is going to become seasonal. And then what are you going to do? You understand? You need to write. You need to act. You need to dance. You need to advise. You need to mentor. There's lots. This industry is vast. There's a lot. There's quite a lot that you can do. I would say keep sharing sibambela kuwe because utshona nayo engcwabeni because uyafana nomuntu ophangela iminyaka abhankisha imali okanye nesefe endlini mhla waze wasweleka mhlawumbe unazo mangamenshini amagama abantu mhlawumbe unazo ne-relatives swelekile imali ishiyekile. Do you understand? So you must share this thing legacy. As I said, being humble and being loyal to yourself now we art. You understand? Because loyalty will put you far. You understand? Because if you're not loyal to yourself now we art, somewhere along the way zaba exposed. You understand? And lo nto izawubhekelisa nabantu where people notice and nabantu abazithethe ezinye izinto umntu uyaqoma I got nothing to lose mandizibhekelise. You understand? But to stay loyal and stay with respect and stay humble will put you far, will keep you the momentum. Remember, always, yonke into oyenzayo edibene ne-art awuyenzeli wena. If you think like that, you will always stay with momentum. But if you think ukuthi le into ndiyenzela no to shine okanye ndintsweku mandibone, loo nto leyo inesiphelo. How long are you going to shine? You understand? Izaba zimithi ezininzi kakhulu zitshisa abantu okanye ndiyitshele lo hlabathi liphele. You understand? But if you always think ukuthi ndiyenzela abantu, naba bantu bazosoloko becinga ukuthi nathi siyenzela abanye abantu. Yabo, you see the show goes on now. You understand? The momentum is second. Because all you need is momentum. The reason abantu babone ezimokoleni kuthiwa babebhuda babethini. Aba bantu abo mhlawumbe abanye basipasanga istage se-depression because they didn't know ukuthi babe-depression. Okanye abekungekho bantu boba-advise, you understand? Okanye kha bahlale kwi-momentum leyo. You understand? Umuntu disappointekile becinga uba le nto uyenzela yena. You understand? And then ke ngoku xa ingabi ngale ndlela besenza ngayo bengenayo laa ngqondo uba wenzela abanye abantu uba disappointed, end up ekhalala yonke into okanye end up ezimokolweni. You understand? I think it all starts kwindaba ye-mentoring. You understand? Hence, most of the time this studio is doing more mentoring than recording. You understand? Because I believe kwi-foundation zange ndinikwe i-foundation bekunzima kum, andifuni kube nzima komnye. Thina sikhula kwi-era whereby if akho mntu kowenu owenza umculo okanye oculayo kuthiwa yintoni le okanye ngubani lo yeyaphi le ezaa zinto ezathem zinjeya kunzima kuwe. You understand? Sikhula kuloo era. Kulula ke kwabanye banobhuti babo abakhulela like kwizindlu ezaziwayo ezino-music ishelele indlela yabo. You understand? So I wouldn't love mna omnye umntu aphinda sisokole njengam just because akho mntu owenza umculo kowabo okanye akwazi wabani kowabo kwiinto ezithile eziphezulu zomculo. You understand? So it's all about that. What you're doing, you're not doing for yourself. You can never go an extra mile. When you're doing something for yourself, you know when something is personal. You know when you're doing something at the end of the day was a showcase meaning you're not doing it for yourself. Don't confuse yourself. You understand? Once you stick to that, you're gonna know how to get humble, how to be loyal with art, and how to be loyal to yourself. You're gonna be patient. I was about impatient. You're gonna believe in unity. You understand? There's so many elements. I can't wrap up everything in this one segment because I believe mentoring is spontaneous, essential. You understand? Not a planned one. You understand? Because this thing comes from the heart. You understand? Because I'm sharing. You understand? It's journey when I'm mentoring someone. You understand? Cool. Peace.